Shabbat Shalom. Welcome. We are so happy to have everyone here on this beautiful Shabbat morning. Shabbat morning in which we get to give thanks for so many of our blessings and blessings of life, blessings of each day, and especially the blessings of a young man who is becoming bar mitzvah. Mazel tov, Dylan. Yay, excellent. And we're happy. Caitlin. So, Caitlin, thank you for being his Bima buddy today and sitting up there with Dylan. So, really appreciate that, big sister. It's good. So we're going to enter into worship now. So that means a couple of things. One, we're now not going to applaud throughout the rest of our services because it's going to be in worship. So we're not going to clap. We're just going to go ahead and really enjoy our worship together. Also, if you have a cell phone or anything like that that makes noise, go ahead and turn it off or in the silent position. But I really encourage you to turn it off unless you happen to be a doctor who is on call. Then I get it. But that way we can disconnect in order to fully connect. And also we have our professional photographers and videographers. They're in the back. So they're going to capture everything. So you don't have to worry about taking out the phone and taking pictures or anything like that. Selfies can come later. And also we want to say Shabbat Shalom to all of our guests who are streaming into services on this wonderful morning. Welcome to you wherever you are. We're glad that you're able to join us. So, allow us to begin this morning by warming up our voices. So, Cantor, help us kind of get in the mood.
We join in this melody, which is called a nigun, and a nigun is a melody that has no specific words, so we sing on the syllables yelalai, so we can focus on how the music makes us feel as we warm up our mind, body, spirit, and voice, so please join in as we sing with a smile. Yalla la la la, yalla la la la, yalla la la la, yalla la la, yalla la la la, yalla la la la, yalla la la la, yalla la yalla la, yalla la la la, yalla la yalla la, yalla la la la, yalla la la la. Yalla la la la, yalla la yalla la, yalla la la la, yalla la la la, yalla 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 la la la, yalla la la la.
Our Shabbat service, it is a service, it's a worship service, so that means we're all going to be participating together. So I want to just take a few moments to kind of orient you into what we're going to be doing together and how we can all participate. So first of all, you need a prayer book, and those are right in front of you or right underneath your seats in the front row here. So go ahead, grab your prayer books there. And let's see what we notice about them first of all, because they're a little bit different than other books that we've seen before. Anybody notice something very different about these books? What do you notice? It's on the back, exactly. The cover looks like it's on the back. Well, Hebrew actually is read from right to left instead of left to right, which means that the book is going to open the opposite way. And so that's the first part about it. Now, if you open to anything in the middle where you find some Hebrew, you will see that there are two columns. There's the columns of Hebrew letters, and then on the right-hand side and on the left-hand side is the Hebrew with the transliteration, which is how you pronounce the Hebrew words and the Hebrew letters using English characters. Because we recognize that not everybody knows how to read Hebrew, but we want to make sure it's accessible to everybody. So the prayer book there has both of those columns there for you. And then directly below the Hebrew is the direct translation of the prayers themselves. So you can always know what we're saying because we won't always do the English if we're doing the Hebrew. So if you're kind of going, what'd they just do? Just read right below there. Now you're also going to notice at the bottom of the pages, there's two sets of page numbers. And there's page numbers in the black and page numbers in the blue. For our Shabbat morning services, we're going to be following along in the blue pages. So the blue page numbers. So when we call out the page numbers, just look for the blue page numbers, and we'll always make sure that you're in the right place. Well, actually, Dylan is going to always make sure we're in the right place, because you, my friend, as a bar mitzvah, you are helping lead our Shabbat worship this morning. And so, we pray not just with the words that are in the prayer book, right? We also pray sometimes with our body. Sometimes we stand up. Sometimes we bow before God, kind of as showing respect to God. We also pray with what we wear, right? So what do you have on your head right there? The yarmulke. Exactly, the yarmulke, the kippah, reminding us that God is all around us. And then you are going to receive something very special right now. Do you know what you're going to get? You're going to get your talit, your prayer shawl. This wonderful gift that you're going to receive in just a moment from your grandparents, it has the fringes on the corners of our garment. We are told to put fringes on the corners of our garment, and they're tied in very special knots to remind us that when we look at what's called the tzitzit, that there are 613 commandments in the Torah. And therefore, we are supposed to learn about them and to study them and to ask how can they be applied to our lives today, especially after so many thousands of years after when Torah was written. And so, right now, Dylan, will you come and join me, please? Come on up here to the bima, and I'm going to invite your grandparents, Cy and Marilyn Ellis, to come forward, and they're going to present you with your talit. All right, so come right here. And if you could, do you want to say something? There you go. Go ahead.
Dylan, this is such a special day for you. You turned into such a loving young man, and we are so proud of you, and we hope that you remember this day forever, and we love you.
Dylan, we want you to go from strength to strength, as our Rabbi Nativ used to say in West Covina. So, today you're a man. And here is your
Do the
talit.
blessing?
Let me help you?
No, the blessing. He has to bless it first.
Of course.
Hold it straight on like that. Okay, go ahead.
Aru, Ata, Adonai, Eloheinu, Melech HaOlam, Asher, Kidshanu, B'mitzvotan, B'tzivanu, V'ati, Tate, V'tziti.
Amen.
Amen.
Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, eternal soul of the universe. Go ahead and put that on him. Who makes us holy through the mitzvot and commands us to wear the fringes on the corners of our garment. Mazel tov.
Thank you.
All right, Dylan. Perfect. Wonderful. So, Dylan, let's go ahead and let's move right over to your spot right there. Let's turn you in your prayer book right here, and if everyone will please turn to page 186 as we join together, Modeh Moda Ani.
Modeh ani lefanecha, melech chai v'kayam, שהחזרתם בי נשמתי בחמלה, בחמלה, רבה אמונתך, רבה אמונתך, מודה אני לפניך, מלך חי וקיים, שהחזרתם בי נשמתי בחמלה, בחמלה, רבה אמונתך, רבה אמונתך.
As we turn now to page 226,
Please rise for the Baruch Hu.
Yai da dai 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 dai. Yai da dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Adonai HaMevorach, HaMevorach, Le'olam va'ed. HaMevorach, HaMevorach, Le'olam va'ed.
as we turn to page 228.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, yotzer or uvorei choshet, oseh shalom uvorei et hakol. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, yotzer or uvorei choshet, oseh shalom uvorei et hakol.
We continue now on page 231.
Love your neighbor as yourself, you said. And like when we saw that honor and outer worlds are one, as you were one. You spoke and we wrote. We reached down the centuries, your light moving before us. As we climbed, fell back and climbed again, your Sinai of life.
Baruch atah Adonai, habocher be'amo Yisrael, be'ahava.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam va'ed. You will find the lyrics to the next song, Love Adonai. They are inserted in your program on the separate song sheet there.
Love Adonai your God. Love Adonai your God. Love Adonai your God. Love Adonai your God.
With all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind. Love Adonai your God. Love Adonai your God. Love Adonai your God. Love Adonai your God. Take these words that I command this day and keep them in your heart. Take these words that I command this day and keep them in your heart. Love Adonai your God. Love Adonai your God. Love Adonai your God. Love Adonai your God. Write them on the doorposts of your house and on your gate. Love Adonai your God. Love Adonai your God. Love Adonai your God. Love Adonai your God.
We continue now on page 240, Mi Hamocha.
This is for Andre.
Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 ya la 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 la.
Imamocha.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai. Mi chamocha nena b'kodesh. Nora tehilo dosef eleh. Nora tehilo dosef eleh.
Yolai.
Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 ya la 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 la. We now rise for the Amidah as we turn to page 242.
Adonai sefatai tiftach uhufia gitehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor ve'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Ve'Konei HaKol, Ve'Zocher Chasdei Avot ve'Imahot, U'Mevii Geula Livnei Bneihem, Lema'an Shemo be'ahava, Melech Ozer u'Moshia u'Magen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magin Avraham ve'Ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayei HaKol Atah Rav le'Hoshia, Mashiv HaRuach u'Morid HaGashem, Mechalkel Chayim bechesed, Mechayei HaKol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim ve'rofei cholim, U'matir asurim, U'mekayem emunato, Lishenei afar, Michamocha ba'al gevurot, U'mido melach, Melech memit u'mechayeh, U'matzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'emanata l'chayot ha'kol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh
HaKol.
Nekadesh et shimcha ba'olam, Keshem shemakdishim oto b'shmei marom, Kakatuv al yad neviecha, V'kara ze'el ze ve'amar, Kadosh, 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 Adonai Tzevaot, Meloch kol haaretz, Kivodom. Adir, Adirenu, Adonai, Adonenu, Mahadir, Shimcha bechol haaretz, Baruch Kevod Adonai, Mimekomo. Echad hu Eloheinu, hu Avinu, hu Malkeinu, hu Moshienu, vehu Yashmienu, ben Rachamav le'nei kol chai. Ani Adonai Elohechem, Yimloch Adonai le'olam, Elohai Zion, ledor vador. Hallelujah. Ledor vador nagid golecha, ulenetzach netzachim knushatcha nagdish, v'shivchacha Eloheinu, mipinu lo yamush leolam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh.
Amen.
Be seated.
We join together at the bottom of page 250 as we will join together singing Vishamru. Vishamru Bnei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asot et HaShabbat לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ ושמרו ותורתם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת ותורתם ברית עולם.
As we turn now to page 253.
We offer thanks, O God, for the Shabbat, which unites us in faith and hope. For Shabbat holiness, which inspires scared living. For Shabbat memories, glowing even in darkness. For Shabbat peace, born of friendship and love, we offer thanks and blessing, O God.
Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. As we now turn to page 255.
On this holy Shabbat, may we draw near to life and peace and to joy. May we find true rest, holiness on your deeds, worth on your study of Torah. Let us feed from the love of goodness. Let us drink from the love of goodness. Restain our thirsts for excess and cleanse our hearts to save life well. On this holy Shabbat, may we draw near in life and peace and enjoy.
Baruch atah Adonai, she'odcha
Nevad, Eldecha, Be'ara, Na'avod.
Amen.
Amen. As we continue with Sim Shalom, page 258.
Ready?
Sim
Shalom, Tova Uvracha,
chen v'chesed v'rachamim v'rachamim aleinu ve'akol Yisrael ve'akol Yisrael amecha.
One more time.
Sim
Shalom, Tova Uvracha,
chen v'chesed v'rachamim v'rachamim aleinu ve'akol Yisrael ve'akol Yisrael amecha.
As we continue now with our silent prayer, allowing us to have some few moments to give thanks to God for whatever it is that is in our hearts.
עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. ועקוב ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן.
So this part of our service that we move into now is Seder Kriyat Torah. It is the service for the reading of Torah. And so there's an order to it. The word Seder means order. And the order is very simple. Start at the beginning and just make your way through over a time of a year. The Torah is the first 5 books of the Bible: Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. And it's all contained within one scroll. And in a little while, I'm going to invite anybody who'd like to come forward to take a closer look at Torah so you can see how it's written and how it's put together, and talk about that a little bit, because it's amazing. Torah has been around for over 2,000 years plus, and it has been written down the exact same way, letter for letter, word for word, sentence for sentence. In fact, when a scribe sits down to write the Torah Scroll, he or she has to have another one next to them or a tikkun next to them and copy it just as it's always been. And they're not allowed to change anything. Well, there's some beauty in that stability of always knowing that Torah will be the same. But at the same time, though, something that's been written down for thousands of years, we have an important question to ask. Well, what does it mean to us? How do we find meaning in Torah today after so many generations? Well, that is what Dylan gets to teach us today. First, by your example of becoming bar mitzvah, and also later on in your Devar Torah, in your speech. And so how wonderful to have you, Dylan, not only as a student of Torah, but today you're our teacher. And so in a little while, we're going to open the Ark doors, and we're going to take out our Torah scrolls, and we're going to pass them from one generation to the next. And then we're going to walk through the congregation with the Torah scroll. Now, we don't worship Torah, but what we are doing, it's a reminder to us that Torah belongs to each and every one of us. It is all of our responsibilities to learn from it, to grow with it, to challenge it, to ask all of those important questions about how and what it means to us today. So you might notice some people, when we go around with the Torah scroll, they might take their seat from their talitot and reach out and kiss it. It's a way of showing respect, or maybe even with their prayer books. It's a way of showing respect to Torah. And then that we will come back here and we'll take a look at it. And we'll study this wonderful Torah portion called Chaye Sarah, the life of Sarah, in the book of Genesis. So, allow us to turn to page 362 in our prayer books as we begin this service for the reading of Torah.
אין כמוך ואלוהים אדוני, ואין כמעשיך, מלכותך מלכות כל עמים, וממשלתך בכל דור ודור. אדוני מלך, אדוני מלך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. אדוני עוז לעמו ייתן, אדוני יברך את עמו בשלום.
It is my honor to call forward to first stand here in front of the bima, our passing Torah from one generation to the next, Steve and June Cohen, Cy and Marilyn Ellis, Darren and Amy, along with Dylan. So Dylan, if you'll come on down here. There you go. And also I want to acknowledge, and if they can have a seat in our front row right here, Max and Sarah Cohen, and Haley and Aiden Armadia. They're going to be holding the Torah covers, so just come have a seat right here in the front row, guys. That will be wonderful. You're going to hold our Torah cover and our binder in a few minutes. And I'd like to invite forward, there you go, right on, there you go, come on, all the way across. Perfect. That way they'll have seats to go back to in a few. Thank you. And now for opening our Ark doors, I'd like to call forward Brett Cohen and Tara Armadia to please come forward. as I invite everyone to please rise, and we continue in the middle of page 364.
Al harachamim hetiv avitzoncha et Zion tivnei chomot Yerushalayim tivnei chomot Yerushalayim ki lecha levad batachnu melech elam v'nisa adon olamim.
364, Ki Mitzion.
Ki mitzion tetzei Torah Ki mitzion tetzei Torah Udevar Adonai mirushalayim.
In this scroll is the secret of our people's life from Sinai until now. Its teaching is love, justice, goodness, and hope. Freedom is its gift to all who treasure it. Page 366.
Baruch Shenatan Torah Torah Baruch Shenatan Torah Torah Le'amo Yisrael B'kedushato Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Echad Eloheinu Gadol Adonenu Kadosh Shemo Gadol Adonai Iti Unerom Mema Shemo Yachtav.
It is the blessing of Torah that has been passed on one generation to the next, and especially this Torah scroll that we pass on today. This Torah scroll is between 275 years old and over 300 years old. This was a Torah scroll that was saved from Czechoslovakia, found after World War II, after the Holocaust. And because this Torah scroll, the importance of this is to remind us, yes, there were people and are people in our world who want to destroy the Jewish people, yet we are still here. And especially on this day, as Dylan becomes bar mitzvah, we know how wonderful our future is. So it is with this wonderful scroll that we pass from one generation to the next, holding on to all that it has to teach us, the lessons of each generation, the lessons of each story. And today, Amy and Darren, the two of you, you give this wonderful gift to your son. Dylan, this is yours. You ready? That side? Perfect. All right, my friend. May its weight always keep you rooted in who you are, but also may it lift you up and always inspire you. As we get to now walk in the light of Torah.
Lecha Adonai hagidula v'hagivura v'hatiferet v'hanetzach v'haor ki kol b'shamayim u'ba'aretz ki kol b'shamayim u'ba'aretz lecha Adonai הממלכה ומתנשא לכל ראש. השלושה דברים, השלושה דברים, שלושה דברים העולם עומד. השלושה דברים, השלושה דברים, שלושה דברים העולם עומד. על התורה ועל העבודה ועל גמילות חסדים, על התורה ועל העבודה, ועל גמילות חסדים. על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים העולם עומד. על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים העולם עומד. על התורה ועל העבודה ועל גמילות חסדים, על התורה ועל העבודה ועל גמילות חסדים.
For those of you who would like to see a Torah scroll up close and personal, feel free, come on up. If you don't want to come up, that's okay, then you can be seated, but otherwise, anybody who wants to come up, his friends, by all means, don't be shy. I don't bite hard. No. Come on up, absolutely. Come on close. Dylan and I will give you a tour, right? All right. There you go. Come on up, gather around. Definitely. Yeah, you definitely need to know because you're holding this later.
I know.
You're in charge.
I'm going to do my best.
Okay.
I need you won't let me fail.
I won't. Come gather around all the way over here, guys. Yay. All right. All right. So first of all, as you guys can see, it's a Torah scroll. And because it's as a scroll, we need to kind of keep it bound together, keep it all together. So we have a Torah binder. And so Dylan, you made this awesome Torah binder, which is great because it has a flag on it too, because today is Veterans Day. How cool. So this is Dylan's Torah binder. And what we love is that all of our B'nai Mitzvah students, they go ahead and they make the Torah binder, so kind of the Torah is bound with a little bit of them, right? Good job, kiddo. All right, so if one of my friends from down below, will you come grab that? Here you go. This is your honor to hold onto that. Perfect. Beautiful, thank you. So, Torah Scroll is all handwritten, okay, by a scribe. So Dylan, you want to hold that side for me? Perfect. All right. John, you want to hold right there? Awesome. So it is handwritten by a scribe who sits there with, first of all, this is parchment. Parchment comes from a kosher animal. A kosher animal has split hooves and chews its cud. And so that might be a cow, could be sheep, so any kind of animal like that. It's not going to be a pig. A pig has split hooves, not going to be a horse, because a horse has a whole hoof, not split. And also it's not going to be a camel. A camel can chew its cud, but it has feet. It doesn't have hooves. And so this, came from either a cow or a sheep, who knows? But then the scribe will sit down with a feather and a quill and ink. A feather is a quill, and ink, and handwrite the Torah scroll. Now the ink is all natural. So it's from different tree saps and berries and natural ingredients that over a year time, it's boiled, it's cooled, it's boiled, it's cooled, to make an indelible ink, to make a permanent ink. But what gives it its shine, as you can see the letters here, they have a little bit of a shine to it. The last ingredient. Anybody want to take a guess what that last ingredient might be? Lacquer. Not lacquer. No, it's got to stay all natural. It's going to be honey. Exactly. And one of the teachings is that Torah should be sweet as honey. And so when we teach our kids for the very first time, what we'll do is we'll have them trace Hebrew letters with honey, and then they can lick it. Don't lick the Torah, though. There you go. Now, the scribe has to be very, very careful because they have to write it down the exact same way it's always been written down. They can't change anything, which means if you look closely here, there are no vowels. There are no little dots and dashes. In fact, so here's the Hebrew here that has dots and dashes in it. Those are the Hebrew vowels. All right, so at one point, we all spoke Hebrew, and so we understood it. You know, if I gave you guys something to read in English with no vowels, you'd be fine. You'd be able to read it because you know the language. But then we made aliyah, we didn't make aliyah, we dispersed to all over the world, started speaking different languages, lost the Hebrew, and so the rabbis created this vowel system to help us make sure we pronounce it all correctly. But what am I not allowed to do to the Torah? Change it, exactly. So I cannot add any of the dots and dashes, any of the vowels. So when Dylan reads from Torah here in just a few minutes, he's reading without vowels and without punctuation, right? Exactly. So, yeah, you did do that. Now, if the Torah scribe makes any mistakes, what he or she has to try to do is scrape the letter off and then correct it. Do you know what happens if they can't correct it? You got it. Start all over. Not the entire Torah scroll, thank goodness, but just that sheet. So you can see that here's a seam where two pieces of parchment are put together. They're sewn together with sinew. Again, all natural with the Torah. So they're sewn together with sinew here, and so he might have to correct it then. Now, we also don't touch where the letters are with our fingers because oil in our fingers, when it mixes with the ink, it could cause it to deteriorate. In that Torah scroll that we had out earlier, you can still read from it, even though it's over 275 years old. We can still read from it because we take care of it. So we use this wonderful little guy. It's called a yad. Do you know what that is? What does that look like? You got it. Looks like a hand. It's here you go. See? And it's pointing. So one time you can go ahead and point, right? So that way. Oh, that is a great question. So John just asked, how do we make the lines there? It's actually carefully etched in. There are lines, if you look closely on the parchment, you can see horizontal and there's some vertical lines too to keep everything straight on both sides and up and down. Because I don't know about you guys, but if I try to write anything without any lines, yeah, forget it. But there's something also really, really cool. Come here, I want you to come over on this side. You're gonna check out something for us. You ready? Don't worry, I'm not gonna make you read anything, I promise. But you see the letters here, and you see the lines? Are the letters hanging or sitting on the line? They are hanging on the line. Very good, thank you. The reason why is the rabbis gave us this midrash, a story to explain why they hang on the lines instead of sit, like you and I, how we write. That's because the line represents heaven and earth, the division between heaven and earth. We are like the letters. We are always reaching toward holiness, toward specialness, sanctity. And so the letters are like us, trying to reach up closer and closer toward heaven, toward God. So that is our Torah scroll. Any questions? No? Any answers? Okay, well, there you go. So thank you all very, very much. Those of you who are in the back, if you want to come closer, you're welcome to. Thank you very much, Dylan. All right, I've got this. I know, perfect. Thank you very much. Yep. Yeah, absolutely. See how they're etched in there? And then they're etched going this way, too. So... Yeah, it is. It takes a scribe you're welcome, it takes a scribe about a year to handwrite a Torah scroll. You can't put it through a computer printer. It doesn't work that way. So as I mentioned, so Dylan, I'm going to invite you to go have a seat because we're going to call you up special in just a moment. So, as I mentioned earlier, we are reading from Genesis. So as you know, we have a lot of the scrolls on the left side, so it's toward the beginning of our Torah. And the Torah portion is called Chaye Sarah. okay, which means the life of Sarah. So I want you to keep that in your head right now, that the Torah portion is called the life of Sarah, because you're going to hear actually what it is about in the very, very beginning. So Cantor, if you'll invite forward.
For our first aliyah, chanting the blessing, Caitlin Cohen, Katya Sarah, Bat David Ve'ahuva, and reading the English translation, Brooke and Marissa Singerman and Erica Fan. Ya'amdu ta'amodna l'aliyah harishona.
Come on up. Ladies, if you want to come on to this side over here, because your English will be over here. Perfect. All right, so Caitlin, you're going to take the seat, and you're going to touch your seat to the very first word here, okay, to show honor to reading of Torah. So go ahead and touch right here, and then give it a kiss. Beautiful. I'm going to close that, and here is the blessing. Go ahead.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher bahar banu mikol hamim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai noten Torah.
Amen. ויהיו חיי שרה 100 שנה ו20 שנה ו7 שנים, שני חיי שרה, ותמות שרה בקריית ארבע, היא חברון בארץ כנען. ויבוא אברהם לספוד לשרה, ולבכותה, ויקם אברהם מעל פני מתו. וידבר אל בני חת לאמור, גר ותושב אנוכי עמכם, תנו לי אחוזת קבר עמכם, ואקברה מתי מלפני. ויענו בני חת את אברהם לאמור לו, שמעני אדוני, נשיא אלוהים אתה בתוכנו, במבחר קברנו קבר את מתך, איש ממנו את קברו לא יוכלה ממך, מקבור מתך.
Sarah's lifetime, the span of Sarah's life, came to 127 years. Sarah died in Kiriath Arba, now Hebron, in the land of Canaan.
And Abraham proceeded to mourn for Sarah and to bewail her. Then Abraham rose from beside his dead and spoke to the Hittites, saying, I am a resident alien among you. Sell me a burial site among you, that I may remove my dead for burial.
And the Hittites replied to the Abraham, saying to him, Hear us, my Lord, you are the elect of God among us. Bury your dead in the choicest of your burial places. None of us will withhold his burial place from you for burying your dead.
Thank you. And Caitlin, if you will go ahead and take your tzitzit once again.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'hayei olam natav v'tolkeinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten Torah.
Amen. Yes, go ahead.
Thank you.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Thank you. Thank you so much. For our second aliyah, chanting the blessing, Amy Cohen, Ahuva bat Shimon uMiriam, and Darren Cohen, David ben Shimon Vizlata. Reading the English translation, Jonathan and Justin Singerman.
Baruch Adonai Haborah.
Baruch
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol hamim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Ve'efron yoshev betoch v'nechet, vayan Efron hachiti et Avraham be'oznei v'nechet, lechol ba'e sha'ar iro lemor. Lo Adoni, Shema'ini, Hasadeh natati lach, v'hame'ara asher bo lach netatiha, le'enei v'nei ami, netatiha lach kivor meitecha. Vayishtachu Avraham lifnei am haaretz, vayidaber el Efron be'oznei am haaretz lemor, ach imatalu shema'ini natati kesef hasadeh kach mimeni v'ekbera et meti shama.
First one to here and then to there.
Ephron was present among the Hittites. So Ephron the Hittite answered Abraham in the hearing of the Hittites, all who entered the gate of his town, saying, No, my lord, hear me. I give you the field, and I give you the cave that is in it. I give it to you in the presence of my people. Bury your dead. Then Abraham bowed low before the people of the land, and spoke to Ephron in the hearing of the people of the land, saying, If only you would hear me out. Let me pay the price of the land. Accept it from me, that I may bury my dead there.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torat emet, v'hayei olam nata b'dochenu. Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah.
Amen.
Thank you, Yeshua.
So, Darren and Amy. Actually, Amy. We're about ready to call forward your son as a bar mitzvah. The best birthday present ever. So we first want to just wish you, especially because you just had Aliyah to Torah, a Yom Huledet Sameach, happy, happy birthday. So, hey, Dylan, what do you think? Can you help us do a little Yom Huledet Sameach? You know, you ready? Here we go. Yom Huledet Sameach. Yom Huledet Sameach. Yom Huledet Sameach. Yom Huledet Sameach. Happy birthday, Mazel Tov. Absolutely, until 120 with good health and happiness. And now we call forward your birthday present.
Nice. Ya'amud habachur habar mitzvah, Dayan Elan ben David v'ahuvad aliyah haTorah. That's you, buddy.
Right, we're going to mark that word.
This first.
Take this first. Take a seat. The strings. Touch. And kiss. There you go. Now we're going to close this. And we're going to go right here for the blessing. You ready? Go ahead.
Baruch Adonai Hamavarah.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Asher Bachar Baru Makor Amen. Vena Talat et Torah To Baru Hata Adonai Notena Torah.
Amen.
All right, so you're gonna help me hold the help me hold the yad. Ready? This is number 1.
Elohim B'nei Yishmael Ben Elah Shemotam Bechatzrehem Avatiraltam Shneim Asar Insiim Ahumotam. That's it.
Right now, number 2.
Ve'ela Shanei Chaye Yishmael Ma'at Shana Ushoshim Shana Shavira Shanim Vayekeva Vayamot Vayaset Elamav. That's it. Vayishkenu Me'adiyah Adeshur Asher Al Penei Mitzrayim Al Aha Ashura Al Penei Chol Echad Nafal. That's it.
Nice.
Cool. You ready? Go ahead and do your blessing right there.
Baruch Hata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam natan techochenu. Baruch Hata Adonai notenu Torah.
Amen. That's it. Yasher koach. Mazel tov. Thank you. Mazel tov. Oh. Beautiful. Okay, so Dylan, you stay. You can go right back over to your seat for just a moment there. Because at this time, I'm going to offer a Misha Berach, a prayer for healing for all of those who are in need of healing of mind, body, and of spirit. So at this point, I want to invite you to think about any friends, any family, any person, any faith, any tradition who is in need of healing as I recite this blessing. Mi sheberach avotenu v'imotenu, Avraham, Yitzchak, v'Yaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, v'Leah, hu yivarech et hacholim. May the one who blessed all of our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebekah, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal all of those who are ill. May the Blessed Holy One be filled with compassion for their health to be restored and their strength to be revived. May God swiftly send them a complete renewal of body and spirit, and let us say, Amen. It is my honor to call forward to hold our Torah, John Berkowitz. If you will come on forward, and you'll take a seat right here in the second seat. And then can I have Max and Sarah and Haley and Aiden? Can the 4 of you come on up? You're going to help me dress the Torah, so bring up the cover and the binder. Perfect. And now we're going to invite everyone to please rise as we give honor to the Torah.
וזאת התורה שעשה משה לפני בני ישראל, על פי אדוני ביד משה. Yalla la 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 yalla la 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 yalla la 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 yalla la la yalla la la yalla la 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 yalla la 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 yalla la 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 yalla la 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 yalla la 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 yalla la la yalla la la yalla la 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 yalla la 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 Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la.
Please be seated. Dylan. Where's my, there we go. There you go, okay? Got right here. There you go.
When I meet someone new, I say hello,
Stand at attention. There you go.
then ask them their name. I also ask them how they are doing. On this week Torah portion, Abraham said this, servant for find a wife for his son Isaac. Isaac met Rebekah, who was very nice. Rebekah got water from the well for Eliezer and the camels. Just like Rebekah, I'm a very kind person. I help take care of my guinea pig Brownie by giving him food and water. Sometimes I help Kaylin clean his cage. I help my friends wherever I can, and try to help my parents at home. Becoming a bar mitzvah is very special to me. It means that I'm an adult in the Jewish community and will have new responsibilities. I just started playing the cymbals and marching band at school this year. Playing the cymbals is a big responsibility because I have to take care of an instrument. It is very important to me to listen to the other students and the band teacher, so when I play the cymbals. Leading the service today makes me feel proud myself and very happy. I feel the same way when I play the cymbals at football games and parades. For my mitzvah project, I baked some brownies with Kaylin and donated them to Mitzvah Meals. Mitzvah Meals served food to the homeless. Thank you to the canon for making rehearsals fun for me. You always play the guitar, let's use the microphone. Thank you to the rabbi for helping me with everything. I also want to thank Kaylin and my parents for helping me learn my prayers and listening to me sing all the time. Finally, I would like to thank all of my friends and family for coming to celebrate with me today. Shabbat Shalom.
That's it. Okay, so now, hang on. Now we got to return the Torah to the ark. Okay? What do you think? Should we put it back in there? Yeah. That's a good idea. So we're gonna go ahead and turn in our prayer books, or actually we're going to sing Tree of Life, Eitz Chaim He. And so John, thank you so much for holding our Torah. And if you'll come with us to the ark as well, and if everyone will please rise as we return our Torah to the ark. Here we go. Come on up. Go ahead, Dylan. John, go ahead and open the ark doors. Go ahead and open the ark doors. There you go. Perfect.
Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. It is a
Tree of life to them that hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. It is a tree of life to them that hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy.
Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom.
Thank you. Please be seated.
All right. So it is my honor now, Dylan, to be able to call forward, because you become a bar mitzvah here not only in front of your family and your friends, but in front of your congregation, part of Temple Beth Sholom. So I have some things here for you, and I want to invite up some good friends to come and share in this giving of gifts. So I want to invite forward the president of our congregation, Jack Holmes, and also representing our sisterhood, Brenda Beck, to come on forward and to share this wonderful moment of blessing with you. And I just want to let you know, too, that our youth group, they also give to you a very special gift. And it's a Havdalah candle. And it's, remember how last night you lit 2 candles for Shabbat? Well, this candle has more than 2 wicks. It probably has, 4 or 5 actually, and they're all woven together. And we use this candle at the end of Shabbat. And so the youth group here give you that wonderful gift. So mazel tov, my friend. Brenda, here you go.
Dylan, mazel tov. I'm here not only as a representative of Temple Beth Shalom Sisterhood, but I'm also a friend of your grandmother, Marilyn. And she has shared with me all of the amazing things that you've been doing, all of your fantastic accomplishments, and she tells me how much you enjoy being a member of your school's marching band. We're so very proud of you. I know that your family's proud of you. Your amazing big sister, Caitlin, is proud of you. All of your friends here are proud of you. And I know that even your guinea pig, Brownie, is proud of you. It's a very special day today. And on behalf of Temple Beth Shalom Sisterhood, I'd like to give you this Kiddush cup so you can use it in the future and remember this very special day. Mazel tov.
Mazel tov, Dylan, to Amy, Darren, Caitlin, and the entire Cohen family. Yasher Kowak, you did a fantastic job today. I'm so proud of you. Last night at services, when you did the Kiddush prayer, you insisted that your sister have the first drink. And that impressed me a lot. It showed that you're a very kind person with a big heart who thinks about other people. And that means a lot. I'm proud that you're a member of our TBS community. I present you with a tzedakah box from the Brotherhood, also your prayer book from the cantor and the rabbi, and you also have a tree planted in your honor in Israel. And I know someday you will go and visit it. And when you do, I want you to think back on this moment and all the wonderful things that you've done and the wonderful things that you will do. I'm so proud that you're a member of our community. Mazel tov.
Well, now there is somebody else who would like to be able to offer you blessings, and it is, in fact, your big sister, Caitlin. So, Caitlin, come on forward, my dear. There you go. Why don't you come right here, this way. Come right over here, and then turn around. There you go. Perfect. Caitlin, go a little bit closer. Come this way. There you go.
Dylan, you are beyond words. You are the kindest, funniest, goofiest, cutest, and the most caring person on this planet. I don't know what I would do if you weren't in my life. I remember so many great moments, chasing you, hugging you like crazy in public when Mom told us to stop. But it wasn't age appropriate, and of course, when I used to force you to put on princess dresses and wigs. I remember when we used to watch Noggin, and when Dad used to say, N-O-G-G-I-N, you said, Nuggie. But my favorite moment of all time is when I was old enough at middle school to take you to the mall with me by ourselves with no adult supervision, which then seemed like the best thing in the world. In the mall, we would go to the family restroom, and at the time you needed a little assistance going to the restroom. So I helped you go to the bathroom, but you always thought it was funny. One thing that always cracked me up is when you imitate mine, Mom's, Dad's, and Grandpa's sneeze. And every evening when you have a list of people to call, Ron, Eddie, Evan, and Rosa, You're such a silly kid, man. I love those moments. Our love for each other is so special and unexplainable. I don't know any other sibling relationship that is so close and as silly as ours. I have gone through so much with my learning disability, people picking on me, but the most upsetting thing to me that I had to deal with is that no one was accepting of you as a kid. But I know that you will always be accepted in my world. Kids thought you were weird and too different just because you have autism. I love seeing you grow up now that you are in high school and you want to be more and more independent and being in our high school band. I am so glad that you have two best friends that you can play with, mess around with, and just simply entertain each other. I am so thankful that Dylan has his best friends at Foothill. I don't know what it would have been like if Dylan's best friend went to a different school. I love seeing you guys chase each other around the campus. It brings me joy that you have friends that are so close to you. I love you for who you are. I wouldn't be who I am today without you. I am so honored to be your older sister. I love you so much, Dilly.
Who's the man?
I'm the man.
What's 12 times 12?
Gross.
Say it louder.
Gross.
12 times 12 is gross, right, Julie? Right, Gordy? I have a problem for these things. Excuse me while I whip this out. She was wondering why I had that paper with me. There's not enough jokes in here. We had to start out good. Dylan, my man. Rabbi often told us that you would be called to Torah someday and become a bar mitzvah. It's hard to believe that today has finally come. You have worked really hard and practiced a lot for today. You did a great job, and we're so proud of you. You've grown so much and matured so much these last few years.
From the day you arrived on August 13th, 2002, you've captivated our hearts completely. First with your adorable face, and now with your sense of humor, kindness, and polite manners, traits that are obvious to everyone who knows you. Dylan, you began attending religious school here at Beth Sholom in kindergarten. For the first half an hour, students gathered here in the sanctuary to sing songs and learn prayers. We would like to thank Stephanie for being his aide for many years at religious school.
Thank you.
Stephanie, you were helpful, patient, and made sure that Dylan was included in all the activities.
Dylan also attended camp here at the temple practically every summer since first grade. Dylan often came home from camp and religious school singing the prayers and songs. Camp and religious school have been instrumental in preparing for today's service.
Dylan always had a love for music since he was a baby. He cried a lot as a baby, but as soon as we played or sang songs from Winnie the Pooh or Bob Dylan, he stopped crying. Music makes learning easier and more fun for you. Your love for music has never stopped, which is why it was important for us to incorporate a great deal of music to your service. It was fun practicing at home with you, and we will miss preparing you for your weekly lesson with Cantor. Thanks to Cantor for incorporating music into his bar mitzvah lessons by playing guitar. Dylan looked forward to his lessons every week to sing with you and play your drum. Your lesson was usually followed by a trip to Juice It Up to get your favorite smoothie, Strawberry Wave.
The live Jimi Hendrix music experience began in middle school, where Dylan and I made countless trips to Guitar Center so you could play on the drum sets. Later,
he became involved in band in middle school. Currently, you are playing the cymbals in the marching band at Foothill. You carry drumsticks to school daily and entertain your classmates. When you come home, you play them on the floor, on the couches, and anywhere else that you can make a good sound.
Daddy and I love that you are always happy and are the jokester of the crowd. Your happiness is truly a special gift to us. People tend to gravitate toward you because of your personality. We've been told by so many who work with you what a joy you are and that you are fun to work with. Your silliness and sense of humor always makes us laugh, even when we're feeling sad. We can always count on you to be in a good mood, except when you're hungry.
We are so glad that you have a close relationship with Miss Caitlin over there. It has been so much fun for us to see you grow up and become close. Caitlin has told us how much she loves you and how happy she makes you, or her. When discussing college plans, she has said that she doesn't want to move away from you because she could not imagine living without you. And we quote, I couldn't imagine living without Dylan. She says it all the time. We were talking about tattoos recently, because that seems to be the thing these days. And she said that if she ever decided to get a tattoo, it would be one with your birthday on her, which is very cute. We know that you and Caitlin will continue to have a strong sibling bond.
There are many people that we would like to thank that have helped Dylan along the way. As many of you know, Dylan has spent countless hours in ABA therapy. Ron and Eddie, we miss you coming to the house every week, but are so thankful for all you have done to help Dylan get to where he is today. Dylan has developed a love for soccer, and we would like to thank his coaches for all they do to help Dylan. His teacher, Mrs. Gentry, and the aides at Curry Middle School helped Dylan tremendously. They went above and beyond to make sure he grew socially as well as academically. We are so glad you are all here to celebrate with us. Thanks to everyone who came from far and near to share this very special occasion with us.
As your parents, we have a few words of advice for you. Dylan, my man, you have a very special gift. You often see things differently than most people. Wherever you go, whatever you do, it's important to be your own person. You are perfect the way you are.
Find something that you really enjoy.
And do it well. You will have many obstacles as you grow older, but you are a very capable
young man and
will be fantastic in whatever you decide to do.
As Dr. Seuss said, today is your day.
Your mountain is waiting.
So get on your way.
Mazel tov.
We love you very much.
Amy, stay up here, definitely. Oh, Mazel tov. Bless you. You sneeze on the truth. There you go. So, absolutely. So, at this time, Dylan, we have one more blessing for you. And that is the blessing that Cantor and I get to bestow upon you. And if you and your parents will come and join us at the Ark, and if everyone will please rise. Okay, those hands again. Awesome. How do you feel now?
Happy.
Yay! You have felt happy every single day that you've done this. Dylan, we are so proud of you. I think one of the best parts of the week was being able to hear you sing with the Cantor. Cantor on guitar and you on the drums. And wow, what a beautiful sound. Dylan, continue to have that music not only in your heart, but sing it out loud. Shir l'Adonai, shir chadash. Sing a wonderful song to God. Sing a new song. May you always find that song within you to sing. Find those moments to be grateful. Find those moments to be happy. But most important of all, find those moments of blessing as we get to bestow this wonderful blessing that has been passed on from generation to generation to your parents, to your grandparents, to great-grandparents. This blessing has been given, and now it is special for you.
Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha.
May God bless you and watch over you.
Yaher Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka.
May God's light shine on you, in you, and through you, and may God be truly gracious to you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom.
Dylan, may you always feel God's presence around you, and may God grant you a life that is filled with good health, with happiness, and most important of all, a life filled with shalom, with peace. Ken Yehi Ratzon. Amen.
Amen.
Mwah. Mazel tov. We're going to stay right here, and we're going to stay standing as we're going to turn once again in our prayer books to our final blessing of Aleinu L'Shabeach, page 586.
Aleinu L'Shabeach L'Adon HaKol, L'Atek Gdula L'Yotzeh Bereshit, Shelo Asanu Kigoye Haratzot, V'lo Samanu K'mishpechot Adama, Shelo Sam Chelkenu Kahem, V'goralenu Kechol Hamonam, V'anachnu Korim, Umishtachavim Umodim, Lifnei Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Page 591.
V'ne'emar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad.
As we remain standing, as our thoughts turn to those who are no longer with us, yet truly their memory is always a blessing. We remember those whose yahrzeits we recall on this Shabbat and during this coming week: Dorothy Altschuler, Eli Cheser, Jenny Post Cohen, Abe Danchus, Irene Ellis, Samuel Field, Louis Fine, Colonel Gerald Fink, Grace Frisch, Sharon Freed, Jerry M. Garfield, Bluma Glasser, Jesse Handler, Albert Hollander, David Jackman, Michelle Johnson, Helen Kaminsky, Sonia Kolofsky, Stephanie Lillian, Sheila Michaels, Robert O'Brien, Ernest Pullen, Joseph Posner, Frida Reel, Lillian Rofsky, Claire Edith Rosenberg, Lauren Russakoff, Meyer Schwartz, Joseph Shebro, Stephen Silberfarb, Ronald Slaughter, Melanie Solomon, Luba Wayne, Ruth Weinberg Lipset, Mary Williams, and Lillian Yargota, and also all of those men and women who have served our armed forces, who have been a part of sharing and ensuring our freedom, those who gave their lives so that we may be free. They are also a part of our memory. And also those who have no one to say Kaddish for them, and those who gave their lives al Kiddush Hashem for the sanctification of God's name. If there is anyone here who's in the period of mourning of Shiva, Shloshim, or Shana, or is observing a yahrzeit of a loved one whose name I have not called, I invite you as I face in your direction, please share their names with us. We join together Kaddish Yatom, our mourner's Kaddish, page 598. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabba, be'alma divrach yirtev yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael, b'gala uv'izman kariv v'imru, Amen. Yehi Shemei Rabba Mevorach Le'olam Olamei Maya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal Shemei D'Kudesha B'richu. Le'elam min kol berchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata. Da'amiram bi'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehi Shalom Rabba min Shemaya. V'chayim aleinu v'al Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav. Huya se shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn, comfort to all who are bereaved, and let us say together, Amen. In just a moment, we're going to conclude our service. Caitlin, come on over here with our closing song. And then after our closing song, we're going to invite everyone to join us in the living room directly off to your left for a kiddush and a motzi in honor of Dylan becoming bar mitzvah. So there'll be little cups of grape juice. Please just take one, but don't drink from it yet, because we're going to come out. We're going to say blessings over our grape juice. But in the meantime, put your arms around somebody next to you as we join together with our closing song.
You will find the lyrics also on the back of the song sheet in your program if you need them.
Nice.
Na 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 na.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam.
שנתן לנו הזדמנות לתקן את העולם. Na 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 na.
What? Na 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 na
na na na. One more time.
Baruch atah Adonai,
Eloheinu melech haolam.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam. Shenatan lanu
הזדמנות לתקן את העולם.
Na 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 na. Shabbat Shalom. Mazel tov.